Welcome to this week's Foundation Friday. I am joined today by Kirsten Dargy, Marketing Manager at LTI Solutions. Thanks for joining me, Kirsten.
Thank you so much. I am honored to be a part of this.
No, and I see we're both rocking our LTI gear here today.
Heck yeah.
So, appreciative of the time I got to spend with you while I was at that organization. And, today our focus is we're talking about the MCTD Foundation. So I know that's a lot. I'm surprised I actually got it right on the first time.
I know.
Let's dive right in, Kirsten, if you don't mind. What is the foundation about?
Yeah, so it's called the Mixed Connective Tissue Disease Foundation. And basically it's an autoimmune disease that people have where your body gets confused and actually starts attacking your organs, thinking you're sick when you're really not. So a lot of people struggle with it, mostly silently. A lot of people get misdiagnosed, things like that. I was diagnosed with mixed connective tissue disease back in 2015. All of a sudden, my fingers started to swell up. I was getting little white spots in my hands, could not figure it out. Turned out to be Raynaud's, which is a circulation disorder. Some people know it, some people don't, but basically your hands turn white, then kind of like a blue-gray color. So I just tell people I'm allergic to the cold. People don't know how to take that sometimes, but really I'm allergic to the cold. But 2015, my world was rocked. It was scary because this disease really is a lot of unknown. They're not really sure what causes it. You can get on medication to kind of subdue it. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. I am grateful to say that I have been off my medication for 3 years now and haven't really had a problem. So that's been awesome. It's kind of 3 parts where, everyone's heard of lupus. Then there's the scleroderma, which kind of affects your skin. And then there's another one, and I can't think of it, starts with a P. But anyway, that affects your muscles. So I was fortunate enough where I only really had problems with my hands and my feet with rheumatoid arthritis, which a lot of people understand that. Yeah. But again, it's near and dear to my heart because a lot of people suffer in silence because it's misdiagnosed. Because
I was going to say, from a silence perspective, you and I worked together basically day in and day out during that time, and I just learned about this a couple days ago.
I just got diagnosed and thought, you know what, it's not going to define me, and put it in my back pocket and just kept moving. And there's days that I have that I am super tired and can't even put a sentence together. And those are the days I just have to take off and just listen to my body. So, and then other days, I'm out coaching high school softball, yelling at kids and having a grand old time.
So let's talk about the foundation, if you don't mind.
Yes.
I'm assuming you probably didn't hear of this foundation until you were diagnosed with this.
I had no idea. Okay. I had never heard of mixed connective tissue disease. I had never heard of Raynaud's. Like, my world was totally rocked. Okay. So I kind of, you get diagnosed and then you start Googling, right? WebMD, all that stuff. The internet, everything's right on the internet.
WebMD is a scary website because all of a sudden I have like everything and it's like, I'm dying.
It is. Yeah. And I came across the foundation, which then pointed me to a Facebook group help area where I was able to read what other people were going through. Because again, no one in my family has an autoimmune. Like, this was just uncharted water. So it was kind of nice to see other people and what they're going through. And you're like, oh, okay, that's part of this, where it was just like something weird is happening. So yeah, this is very near and dear to my heart. All of the donations go to research because, again, they really aren't sure what causes this. They think it's passed down through the mother, but again, it's very, very new. But a lot of people are affected by it. So.
Okay, yeah, that was going to be my next question there. Like,
Yeah.
where do the donated dollars go?
Yep, it's all to research. And like I said, I think the first case was like 1970s. I mean, that was like
Oh,
the first like confirmed written down case. I feel like it's always been something, but again, environments change and our bodies change and things like that. So I've had to make a lot of adjustments. People will notice that I'm like in a parka when it's like 60 degrees outside, and it is what it is. Yeah, so you just
well, you
keep
might have to
on
double think.
moving.
You might have to double think your geographic location where you actually live. I mean,
I know everyone's like, why are you still in Nebraska if you are allergic to the cold? And I'm like, ugh, I know. But I like it.
no,
It's not for everyone. So
no, it's not. It's not. I just remember going there, and it's funny. I watched like my time hop, for the
yeah,
years of going there, and it's like -5. Why am I here?
right,
-10. Why am I here? Like, what am
right.
I doing?
Yeah. And when the wind blows, you're just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
So when people are watching this, any recommendations, besides just like the awareness of what people may be going through, but what can they do to kind of show their, support or awareness to, to MCTD?
Yeah, I think just talking about it, I think I made the mistake when I first got diagnosed. I was 25, right? I wish I would have talked about it more and, spread the word more about it so people
Okay.
understand, and just know that like some people are going through things that you have no idea, right?
Right.
And just learning and trying to understand people's stories. I think we get so caught up in the day to day that we don't take the time to actually get to know people. And like I was just at NIFA Finance Summit last week, and the way people just came up to you and hugged you, and it was very eye-opening experience how welcoming that conference was.
Yeah.
And I really can't wait to go back. But I had a conversation with someone there, and she knew what Raynaud's was, and it was kind of refreshing because you're standing there and your hands turn blue and people are like, what's going on with your hands? And then you're like, like, oh, I'm kind, I've got Raynaud's, and then they're like, what? So I think just really understanding people's backgrounds and getting to know the person and not just where they work or what they do for a living type of thing.
No, yeah. Fostering that safe space environment where people
Yes.
can just speak freely, because we all have things that we're bringing to the table. And
Correct.
I think we all kind of shy back because we don't want to be like, oh, that's that person that has that disease. Ooh, let's
Right.
pity them. And it's like, no, understand, and then have a conversation.
Exactly. I think it's just, again, goes to just listening to people and not always just, oh, okay, so what are you working on type thing.
All right, Kirsten. Well, I really appreciate your time today, and it was great seeing you last week.
Yes.
And I'll post the website for MCTD Foundation. Those people watching this, please go out, give it a read, make a donation, and
Yep.
thank you again for your time.
Of course, and if this resonates with anyone, I'm totally open to talking about it and discussing more about it. So thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it, Jesse.
Thank you, Kirsten. Talk soon.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, bye.